Perot's expulsion is an unofficial expulsion, because the expulsion did not get permission from the church. Not long after that, suddenly Mary, one of the officers who is now standing above the window, while Mary said the time was near. Then soon Mary dropped himself. Things are slowly starting to get messy. Perot meets Molly in the room. It turns out that Perot's arrival has been welcomed by the demon. The demon already knew who John Perot was, a reckless ex-priest. The devil said that his name was Legion, meant to outwit Perot. But Perot didn't want to talk to the demon. Perot just wants to talk to Molly. But the demon is still trying to tempt Perot so that Perot doesn't believe in himself, weakens his faith by bringing up past mistakes. Perot needs combat equipment to be able to fight the demon. At that time, Perot asked Laurie's doctor for permission to see someone. At first Perot asked Henry to help Molly. But instead Henry himself asked Perot to do the exercise. Henry believes that Perot can help Molly because Henry is too old to do exercise. Soon Henry gave Perot the equipment to carry out the exorcism. Perot returned to meet Molly with armor and combat equipment. Then try to take out the demon that is in Molly's body. But it's not that easy to conquer the demon. Even though the demon is bound, it doesn't scare the demon. Not long after, on the demon's forehead began to appear there was a strange writing. The angry demon finally spat in Perot's face. Until the expulsion must be stopped temporarily. Perot returns to fight the devil with the help of prayer and accompanied by a splash of holy water. The devil was able to fight back against Perot a second time. Perot still can't beat the demon inside Molly's body. Dr. Laurie approached trying to motivate Perot. Perot has not been able to defeat the devil, not because he doesn't believe in God but because Perot doesn't believe in himself that he is actually capable. Those words made Perot a little pensive. And that's what friends are for. Sometimes it's trivial things that we don't realize. It's precisely what triggers the sparks of enthusiasm to continue the struggle. Perot returned with full confidence that he was able to fight the demon. The devil said that this is the day the devil has been waiting for, to be able to incarnate and be reborn on earth. Today is day 6 years, 6 months and 6 days. But before that happens, Perot will stop it all. Perot took out a tool called a tool that could take the demon's soul. Perot recited the prayers while facing the instrument towards the devil. And what happened? Suddenly the bond broke and made Molly fly by itself, accompanied by light that accompanies Molly. Not long after that, thousands of insects began to come out of the mouth of the mole and into the Perot-directed tool. Here it is shown that the soul of the demon is described as 1,000 insects. And finally Perot managed to take the demon soul that was in Molly's body. Molly, which had begun to improve, was now moved to a different room. Perot then brought the tool which now contains the devil's soul to Henry. Henry, who will keep the devil's soul in his safe. But at that time Perot saw on Henry's desk there was a book of the devil. Perot asks why Henry is now studying the devil's book. Perot's question is about the symbols in the book. Because Perot still felt something was strange. Henry then invited Perot to relax for a moment. Henry explains that the symbol is an occult symbol which translates to a python LED. Remembering the writing that was on Molly's forehead when Molly was possessed by a demon. LED python itself is an ancient sea monster. Some people believe the soul of the fold does not die until a cult of the devil church is created that worships black lava. Of all its members believe that the soul of the LED python can be reincarnated. And to realize it all they have to perform a magical ritual. The ritual kills the devil's mother. Where they have to prepare a woman who will later be used as a place for the devil to rise, Henry explained. Just like what the devil said when Molly was possessed. Here Perot looks back at the demon's soul which is now in the tool. But when Perot opened the lid, Turns out now it only contains a stone. And what happened was that Henry himself was the leader who founded the Devil's Church. Molly is carried by Henry's messenger, who is imprisoned in a locked room. Seeing the people who were there was starting to get weird, they committed mass suicide by drinking poison. Laurie Doctor, who arrived there, saw that the hospital was now deserted. Luckily, Ello was one of the officers there. "But you're the one who's been acting weird." Ello was silent as he approached the lorry. The suspicious lorry stealthily took the scissors that was on the table. Puro is now threatened to go with them. Molly was taken to the basement where there were already many people doing rituals. The lorry was brought to one of the rooms and suddenly Ello wrapped his head in plastic. Lorry carrying scissors directly stabbed you with scissors. From afar, Lorry saw Puro being carried by someone. Meanwhile, Henry begins to perform a ritual that will make Molly's body the cradle of the demon that was delayed. Saw the ritual had started, and when Henry was about to stick the knife where it was the last ritual, suddenly the lorry doctor came and immediately stabbed Henry from behind. When thousands of insects have started to fly, took the knife and stuck it into Henry's body. At that time, the demon soul that had transformed into many insects turned out to be now entering Henry's body. Molly runs, and also Puro is about to leave, but the other members are still chasing them. Luckily the police came and were already there. Don't know when it will come. But at that time they finally survived the person. Puro looked at the place to see that the box was already open. Then it looks like there are some insects that come out through a hole that survived the incident. And at the end of the film, on a school bus, it turns out that the bug that escaped has now entered the ear canal of one of the women. And here the film ends. So the essence of the story is that the beginning of the devil came from the Molly family itself. Molly's father was a member of the cultists until the grown-up Molly joined the cultist membership. But Molly realized you turned out to be the devil, chose Molly as a medium where the devil will be born, who made Molly from that member. Maybe this is where the story ends. See you in the next video. Greetings from us. Thank you.